Miguel Martinez has been this super sub for us so far this year. Fantastic player, signed a year-long extension since last episode. A little bit of bad news. He's on international duty. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a common occurrence. How's it going, folks, and welcome back to episode number 32 of Park to Prem, here with FC United. Today we are taking on Oxford United, a team who were relegated from League One last year and also spent the most money in the transfer window out of anyone in the league. But despite that, they're struggling a little bit, down in 11th. It's going to be a challenging game, but a game I hope we can win. And then following on from that, a week later, we're going to take on York City. Of course, a team promoted with us last year. Their start to the season hasn't quite been as good as ours. They currently sit in 20th. And well, as for ourselves, as you can see here, 4 games played and we're in 3rd. Automatic promotion spot, feeling comfy. Can we keep it going today? I hope so. We're going to find out. But before we talk about the matches since we last here, a little bit of housekeeping stuff, just because I like to keep you guys in the loop. Over the summer, I did a big overhaul of the staff. And when I say overhaul, really, I just asked the board for more and more coaching spots and scouting spots and physio spots, and it got the best people I could for all the different roles. So, as you can see here, the coaching staff, the recruitment staff, and medical staff, for this level, very, very good. I know some of you like sometimes to ask, Jack, can you do more covering your staff? I feel like staff are really boring in Football Manager. Maybe it's just me. I just feel like you kind of tick the tick box for the role, select the attributes that need to be good, then find the best person you can. What I will say is, we've got Nigel Pearson as a scout. Yeah, slightly weird one. Yeah, he decided to stop being a Football Manager after a spell at Crew, and now he just scouts for us. Yeah, bit of a fall from grace, really, for Nige. Elsewhere, some good news for us. We're in the process of studying for our National C licence. Yeah, quite how I've managed to become a League 2 manager with no coaching qualifications whatsoever, not really sure. But the good news is we're on the road to getting slightly more qualified. Unfortunately, the cost of that studying, but also just general costs incurred as a football club, mean that lovely black bank balance that we talked about, try saying that sentence quickly, has vanished. Yeah, £179,000 in the red. We have signed one new player since we last here, that man, Ryan Haynes. Nothing special about him, 32 years old, can play left back. That was kind of the criteria. We were looking at Tristan Needham. He turned me down to go to Stevenage, which I'm a little hurt by because he is one of my favourite players to use in FM. Alongside that signing, though, I have been doing some scouting. And you know me, I like at this level to start bringing in some youngsters, trying to find the next Andrei Shvetsov. For those of you who watched FM20's Park to Prem, what a series that was. I've tried to find the next Andrei Shvetsov, players who generate as free agents that don't have any club history, but can be found just chilling in national teams. There was a couple of Tunisians, an Egyptian, and a few other players. I took a look at some of them, and a few of them I've agreed to sign, even though they're not going to get work permits. So, for those of people who don't know, just a little explanation here. Some players generate as free agents in Football Manager. They don't generate at a club, but they can be called up to international level, so you can sometimes find them kicking around international teams. Now, we've got 2 Tunisians, an Egyptian, and I have also signed a Senegalese player. None of them are going to get work permits. You kind of accept that with this, that you're not going to get the work permits, but they all join on close to minimum wage. I think the annual cost of each of these players is about £7,000 in their wages. So if you can find one good player and sell them on for £500,000, you can sign a hell of a lot of players before you actually start making a loss off this. So this is quite a good way to maybe find the next good youngster, but equally just make some money as a lower league club. So we've got Ahmed Girard. He's a left back. He's okay, 16 years old. He's a young 16-year-old as well. We're waiting on a work permit decision. He's not going to get a work permit. He won't join us until he turns 18, but he can join us on trial until he turns 18 because he's not currently at a club. He's a good little player, fairly professional personality, is always good, hoping that he might be able to develop and then, of course, be sold on. Elsewhere, we've got Skander Kabou. He is 16 years old, another Tunisian centre-back. Good natural mentals, good in the air, resilient, good determination. Could be a good little player for us. Lots of good here. Not necessarily a load of great. The last player of these kind of free agents that we've signed is Hamza Ali. He is an Egyptian 16-year-old who is capped at under 21 level, or under 20s level, I should say. Good player, not the tallest goalkeeper in the world, but he could grow to be taller because of his age. And also, preferred foot is either. So he should be quite good at kind of playing the ball round the back. At least you'd like to think. Now, there is 2 other players that we've agreed to sign. The first is Matt Hill. This guy was released by Borussia Dortmund. He was playing for the USA national youth team. I've managed to sign him, and a work permit was granted, which I was very surprised about. If you approach to sign players, often it will tell you, you get the little red angry box at the bottom that says they won't get a work permit. It didn't pop up with Matt Hill, so I decided to try and sign him. He actually got given the work permit. Now, because he's 17, he can't join us officially till he turns 18, but he's just on trial indefinitely until then. He looks like he could be a pretty formidable little player, though, with some good potential, so pretty happy about him. The other guy we've agreed to sign is Saliou Mendy. Now, this guy is playing for the Aspire Academy in Senegal. This is like an academy team. They only have players on amateur deals, so I encourage you to go in your save game and see if they've got any players playing for them. Of course, because they're not in a loaded league, they don't always necessarily have regens. But Saliou Mendy popped up on my radar. He's 15. He's playing for the Senegal under-23s team, which, I'll be honest, it kind of stands out a little bit. So I've agreed to sign him on £150 a week. He doesn't join us for 2.5 years. So we've got a little while to wait for him to come. But at 15, he looks absolutely nuts. Kind of keen to see him develop. And we'll see what becomes of him. It's a low-risk transfer, the kind of player that if they develop amazingly and get a work permit, happy days. If they achieve nothing and we sell them on, we've not lost a lot of money at all. So that's what the last month has entailed, really, just looking around the world for youngsters to snap up for peanuts who we know won't get work permits, but maybe we can sell on. On the pitch, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. In the EFL Cup, we crashed out against Preston North End. They are a championship team. We are a League 2 team. To be honest, the XG story, pretty competitive. I know what you're thinking. You're ready to throw McDonald, the young goalkeeper, under the bus. Don't throw him under the bench or the bus, because Truman was the man in goal for this game. Decided to play him just to see how good he was. Of course, we've got Truman and McDonald battling for the goalkeeping spot. Truman, bloody awful, hasn't played since. After that result, 3 league games we took on Cheltenham, Exeter and Bradford. 2 1-0 wins and a 2-1 win. Not overly convincing in any of these, although we did dominate the games. The Bradford game sticks out in my mind as one where 1-0 really didn't reflect the flow of the game, shall we say. We had an XG of over 4. We had 40 shots total. I have no idea how we only managed to score 1. Interesting to note, the only man who scored for us was Terry Taylor, the centre-back. Yeah, I feel like our attackers have a little bit to answer for with this game. We weren't good enough. In our most recent game, we beat Leeds United 3-0 in the EFL Trophy. This is a competition that I used to kind of rate highly, and then they switched the formats in England and started having under-23s get involved. And by all accounts, it's a little bit Mickey Mouse. So it's a good 3-0 win. We rotated the team for it. We'll look for some positives. It's not the kind of competition I'm all that excited about going on a run-in, though. So, if we make it far in it, maybe we start to celebrate the Papa John's trophy. I mean, the only thing that's really getting me excited about it is the fact it's sponsored by Papa John's, and I like pizza. The less said about it, the better. But anyway, today's first game is against Oxford United. They currently sit in 11th. They were relegated last year. If we just look at their transfer history, they've sold some pretty significant first-team players on. They've also brought in a hell of a lot of new players. And as a result, they've struggled a little bit. But I do expect them to give us a pretty tough game here. If we look at the season preview, apparently we're now the 5th best team. They're the 6th best. This should prove a pretty good little test for us. So in terms of team news for today's game, Ibrahim's on international duty. Martinez is also on international duty. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag when it comes to the actual starting team and the bench. We've rotated things around a little bit. In terms of the defence, it is a live com debut for Terry Taylor. Of course, he was injured to start the year. He's had an exceptional start, though. A 7.97 rating as a centre-back is super impressive, playing as a ball-playing defender on cover. Of course, we've got Quanta to his right as a centre-back on stopper. Sang and Booty sit in the wide areas. As for old McDonald over here, or should I say young McDonald, 21 years old, of course, made this big step up with us into League 2 this year. So far, he's got 2 clean sheets in 4 games. He's doing fine for us in goal, the youngster. Big step up for him, lots of pressure on his shoulders. He's doing well, and well, up the Football League we go. E-I-E-I-O. Old McDonald had a farm. Something. there's definitely a chant involved in his name. You guys are more creative than me. Come up with something in the comments. In the midfield, we are going to go with Butterworth, Eccles, Gillingham, and also Riches. They are the 4 midfielders who played the last game. Gold holds his position up top. However, I am going with Maitland today. He's looked pretty good in cup competitions, yet to make an appearance in League 2. Gonna start today. On the bench, Joe Duffy does move down. He's not looked amazing so far this season. Elsewhere on the bench, we've got Nesbitt, who's been pretty blooming impressive by all accounts. He's come on off the bench a couple of times and had a pretty big impact for us. If Maitland doesn't perform, this is the man we're going to bring in to really change the game. Elsewhere, Ngessen, Fraser, Jones, Donaldson and Bird make up the bench. First highlight of the game, Sang on the far side. Corner whipped in. Quansah is there for goal number 2 of the season. And Sang with another assist to add to the scrapbook. He's got a few already this year, the right back. His contract is up at the end of the season. I've tried renewing it. He wants £5,000. I ain't giving him £5,000 unless he gets to like 30 assists. And even then, I don't think he's worth £5,000. But at the moment, he's doing well. I'm hoping that he's going to see the light and realise that £5,000 a week is a mental demand and perhaps lower it. Of course, if he continues to get assists, maybe I am going to have to dig deep into my wallet and try and find all the pennies we can to get him to extend his current deal. Anyway, we could have a chance here. Maitland played through by Butterworth, 2 players who have been at the club a long, long time. And while they nearly rewound the clock, it was dealt with well. Maitland's rebound was crossed in and Gold headed it straight down the keeper's throat. So right now, we're currently 2nd in the league with all these results. We'll hope for another goal to make it maybe slightly more comfortable, but our good start to the season is continuing at least for now as Riches takes it down and slots it into the bottom corner. Really, really nice finish by him. He was unhappy to start the season after I rejected a couple of offers for him from championship clubs. No one bidding over £100,000 for him. He is pretty invaluable for us. He's got a 5 or 6 year contract at the club. I want him in here for the long haul. And, well, that is exactly why. Lovely little finish, finds the bottom corner, doubles our lead. And now, down this near side we come. Booty, trying to find Stephen Gold down the line. Not the best ball forward, read by Oxford comfortably. And now they have possession and will look to bring the ball forward. Boateng looks for long on the overlap. Options in the middle for Oxford are appearing. Daniel's now in the wide area. On the overlap, the fullback floats it back post. Quansah heads it away from danger initially, but still more to be done, you'd imagine here. Fenton now on the far side. Ball whipped in. O'Shea's there, free header just over the bar. We live to fight another day. Booty with the corner here. We've already scored one. Could we score another? Not quite. Quansah's header just over the bar. Half an hour into this game, Oxford yet to have a shot on target. We've edged out possession. We've created way more. I feel like I need to shout some words of encouragement. We need another goal really in this game for me to fully relax. But at 2-0 up, we're well worth our lead. We've looked clinical in front of goal. And we're one more, as I said, before half-time. And I might even look to make some half-time subs. As Riches is through, should finish it. Does... Oh, I thought he did finish it. He's dinked it against the post. Was that just me or did the angle look like it was going in? I've been done by the camera angle there. I've got ahead of myself. Just expected him to finish it. And he fluffed his lines. But we have still got the ball. Mental reset. Riches has another effort. It's blocked. And Archer collects. We're on top. 2 minutes left of the half. They get one back now. It's going to be annoying. If we could maybe go up the other end and get a goal here, I'll be a very, very happy bunny. I think we deserve it as well. We've been massively on top in this game. Stephen Gold to Butterworth. Could go left on the overlap or could do that. Oh my word. Maitland should have scored to make it 3-0. The build-up play was superb. The finish... awful. At the break, they've not had a shot on goal. 2-0 up. You're doing brilliantly. Keep it going. Not overcomplicating things here. More of the same in the second half, please, lads. I say more of the same. We scored one corner in the first half. Could we score another one here? Gold hits the woodwork, but Riches is there for the rebound, and Darren Riches gets his 3rd of the season, his 2nd of the game. He's now going to be looking for the hat-trick. And that is not a bad way to start the second half. Gold, I suppose, will be awarded an assist for that as he headed it against the crossbar, but Riches with the simplest finish he's going to have all season. Eccles is scaring me on a booking. I'm just going to take him off. I'm going to bring in Jones. We're going to bring in this man. A man who's been with us through thick and thin. Yet to play in League 2. Yet to play in the Football League. Let's not forget, he started with us down in the 9th tier at Three Bridges. And he's here now playing at another, well, all-time career high level. If he could get a goal, it would be very special. Although I'm not sure we can expect that from him as Maitland heads it on goal and Archer collects. You know what? Maitland's played well, but I am actually going to take him off and bring in Nesbitt. I am becoming a bit of a Nesbitt apologist. He's like the best bits of Maitland and the best bits of Stephen Gold. He's got the pace and he's got the aerial ability. And well, they've got a goal back here. Was that the first shot on target for the game? McDonald in goal isn't letting their man get the ball. And as a result, he's just having an existential crisis in goal. I mean, could McDonald have done better? Maybe. Was that his first save of the game that he could have made? It was. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? Now they've got a set piece here. Brannigan goes short, actually, to Karamoko Dembele. Got a few fairly familiar faces in their team, Oxford. Karamoko Dembele and Brannigan, good players at this level. They have the ball on the near side. If they get one more back, do I have to start panicking? Let's remain calm for now, at least. They've got possession on this near side. Guy with the ball inside to Brannigan. He's going to switch the ball over to Fenton. This man here, Daniels, has lots of space to run into. Booty gets back in a good position, but can he prevent the cross? He can't. McDonald plucks the ball out of the air, and McDonald's distribution isn't too bad, really, so I'm hoping he can maybe get the ball forward. Maybe he'll go short. Maybe he'll see the light. No, he does go long. Nesbitt, though, nods it down to Richards. It's dinked forward towards Stephen Gold. Shrugs off the defender and kicks it straight at the goalkeeper. That was a golden opportunity. Wasted yet again. We have an XG above 3. Feels like we could have had a few more today. I mean, that's not to say that we can't get a few more in what remains. 18 minutes left. Booty down the line to Butterworth. Nesbitt's in the middle. Richards is in the middle. Gold's in the middle. So's their defenders, blocking away that effort. And now looking to maybe spring the counter-attack. Quansah, though, chests down the ball with complete composure. Sang down the line to Gilligan. Whips it in. Gordon clears it away from danger, but only as far as Regan Booty. Now with Butterworth in that channel of space. Floats it towards Nesbitt. Fresh off the bench. Couldn't keep his header down. And, well, we're continuing to look for more. You can't accuse us of resting on our laurels. You can't accuse us of not wanting more goals in this game. Under most circumstances, I'd feel like 3 goals is enough to win a football match. But to be honest, this Oxford team have continued to create the odd opportunity here and there. And we are overdue a capitulation, I feel like. We've not had one in a little while where everything's gone wrong. That's not to say I want to see it go wrong, but I know what football managers like. Lavery to Dembele. Looked offside. I think he is offside. It was a great finish. He smashed it into the top corner. And, well, if it hadn't been offside, I would have been panicking a little bit more, but I did just think he timed his run just slightly too early. The replay confirms it. It remains 3-1. One last shout of encouragement. 5 minutes left here. I think this game's done. I think we're okay. I mean, it could all still change, although if we get one here, Richards on for the hat-trick. Can he get his hat-trick? Of course he can. That's game, set, and match. That is 4-1. Oxford, they had chances. They didn't take them. We've taken some of the chances that we've had. We probably could have had a few more. But it is a hat-trick for the centre attacking mid, Darren Richards. Of course, playing that new role. Was an advanced playmaker on attack last year, now playing as the attacking midfielder on attack. His runs from deep today have really caused Oxford issues. He's on a 9.8 rating. Give him a round of applause. And yeah, this is a really big win against one of the better teams in this division. Maybe showing that we are the real deal. That we are good enough to maybe get promoted out of this division this year. Oxford, a team predicted to be right around us towards the top of the table. And I'll be honest, we made them look very average in this game here. And with this result, we are now up to second. I will say, we've moved up to second. I'm not really acknowledging the fact that Bolton didn't actually play. So we were always going to move ahead of them with a good result. But we got the result we needed. Richards, man of the match. I'm pleased with you, mate. More of the same in our next game. We've got York City away. They are towards the bottom of the table. They were playing in the same division as us last year. Let's see if we can make it 2 for 2 with wins today. Dylan Crow fan club, rejoice. Your boy's getting a game today. Here he is, 27 years old. He's still chilling at the club, of course. Phased out the team over the last year with Sang coming into the team, but one man's loss is another man's gain, and while Sang is currently out with food poisoning. So as a result, Dylan Crow is going to come in at right back. Elsewhere, I am going to start Nesbitt for today's game alongside Gold. We're going to see how these two do as a pairing up front. That doesn't mean that Maitland and Duffy will be on the bench for us. Elsewhere, the team is going to remain unchanged from that previous result. I thought we played pretty well on the whole against Oxford, so I'm hoping for more of the same here. We've had a week's rest. I suppose, actually, Martinez is back from international duty, so we can move him onto the bench as a bit of a super sub alongside the likes of Maitland and Duffy. And, well, let's get straight into this one. No messing around. I feel like one thing that our team definitely has a lot of on the bench is just attacking talent. I feel like sometimes in Football Manager, you go into a game and your strikers, they're just not going to score on that day. There's a certain player and they're just having a bad day at the office, or maybe a midfielder's not really creating things. And so just having other kind of players who have that creative spark, who have that ability to finish on the bench on those days where you can just cut your losses, bring them in slightly earlier, they're kind of my favourite kind of subs to have, at least in abundance. And we definitely have that with our current team. Of course, we're going to hope it's not going to come to that today. And that we're going to be able to get a win relatively comfortably here. We are away from home against York. They are just outside the relegation zone. I think they've only won one of their first 5 league games with their promotion back to the Football League. Of course, they won the playoffs last year. But we've got to be at our best. We've got to play well. Away from home, things are never easy. But we could have a dream start here. Nesbitt floated it the way of Stephen Gold. Unfortunately, his header just over the bar. Throw in on the far side. It's Dylan Crow with it. Savour it, viewers, because we never know when it's going to be Dylan Crow's last time on a football pitch. It's a bit like when you're a kid and there was a day one day when you were a child where it was your last day you went out and played with your friends. And you never know when that day is going to be. You probably can't remember that day specifically. This could be, Dylan Crow's last day playing in a live com. I mean, probably not, but, it could be. You've got to savour it and try and enjoy it. And, well, I would have liked it if Gold could have hit the target there, although he was offside, it wouldn't have counted anyway. And while speaking of the devil, Dylan Crow is going to float it in. Quanta heads over the bar now. We are showing aerial superiority right now, but we've not hit the target yet, which after, 25 minutes isn't great. So I feel like in this game, we're not having enough of the ball. We're losing it a little too often for my liking. So we're just going to slow down the tempo, go to shorter passing, get rid of pass ball into space, and learn to just hold on to it a little bit more. Tactical changes haven't come into effect just yet, so if this goes in, I can't claim it's some kind of tactical brilliance. But I wouldn't complain if we get a goal now. I probably would still stick with the changes that we've made. I am a little bit scared that Dylan Crow's on a booking. He does have a discipline problem, and well, he nearly had an assist in League 2 there to add to his collection. Goals hit the woodwork. We've made our tactical changes, and we're straight into another highlight. It's non-stop action early on here as we do win the ball back in a decent area. Butterworth bringing it forward, plays it forward to Stephen Gold. Just going to play it back into Nesbitt. One-on-one with the keeper, hits it. Whiteley makes a great stop. Was offside. Wouldn't have counted anyway. This has been a really, really weird game so far. We've been in control, but we've not really created enough just yet. But we might still have an opportunity here before half-time. Eccles with the ball to Gold. Should go left. Does go left. Regan Booty with some time and space maybe to pick out a cross. Nesbitt's going to be lurking away, as is Stephen Gold. Gilligan is at the edge of the box. He gives it to Dylan Crow, who's going to hopefully get to the byline and float the ball in. Plenty of people to aim for in the middle. Goes back to Gillingham. Now with Crow. Played it back. Ball played into the middle. Butterworth is there lurking away at the back stick. We're knocking the ball around nicely. Patient play here. But can we get a shot away? Can we create a meaningful opportunity? This is lovely. Nesbitt hits it. Finds the near post. Lovely goal. Dylan Crow gets an assist in League 2. I wonder how many people thought we'd be uttering that sentence when we signed him 4 seasons ago. Really, really nice build-up play here, by the way. Lovely football. Maybe I should look to just lower the tempo more often. Maybe we do have a technically gifted team that is perhaps slightly better in possession of the ball. Maybe it's in my interest to try and dominate the ball a little more than we do already. Either way, Nesbitt timed his run to perfection here, and the finish, very, very nice. That was a difficult opportunity, taken well, and it is going to make my halftime team talk that little bit easier. I say that, still going to tell the players I'm far from pleased. But a goal before half-time, it's always nice, isn't it? So into the second half we go. Our only shot on target was the goal. So we definitely need to be a little less wasteful, I suppose, with the opportunities that come our way. A second goal early on here would certainly ease the nerves. And well, it's Butterworth to Riches. Gold on the shoulder of the last man. Riches with runners left, right and centre. Gilgan with the ball. Gives it now to Crow. Gilgan floats it in. Riches is there. It's his 4th goal in today's episode. He got a hat-trick last time out. He's got one here, but actually the linesman hates him. The linesman is being a spoiled sport. He raises his flag. It's given offside. To be fair, he probably was. York potentially going to launch a counter-attack here. Edwards is through. This has come from absolutely nowhere. It's a huge block, though, by Taylor, playing that left centre-back role on cover. Used his pace to get back. Now can we maybe spring the counter-attack? Nesbitt with it. Back to Gilgan. Now with Butterworth. Gold. Riches. There's a confidence. There's a swagger as we knock around the ball. Nesbitt is through. Goes around the keeper. Tucks it into the bottom corner. That is a delightful finish. And while Nesbitt, perhaps justifying his start today, 2 goals to his name. That was a really, really nice finish. The passing build-up play here was lovely. The ball through by Butterworth was sensational. Nesbitt timed his run to perfection, takes it round the keeper, slots it away on his weaker right foot. And right before the hour mark, we make it 2. And straight to a kick-off highlight. We love it. Well, we love it if it goes in our favour. If they peg us back immediately, I will be a little bit annoyed, in all honesty. Monk coming forward, though, with the ball for them. Taylor wins it in the air, down to Butterworth. Nesbitt, of course, on for the hat-trick now, and he's played through. I think he's timed his run to perfection. Can he finish it? He can't. It goes just over the bar. A great opportunity to get his 3rd. I would not be surprised if he gets another chance before this game's over. So I am going to make some changes here. Riches, despite getting that goal disallowed, hasn't been amazing today. We're going to bring in Miguel Martinez. Elsewhere, I've not loved Stephen Gold today. So I think I'm going to bring in, actually, I'm not going to bring in Maitland. I'm going to bring in Duffy. And then we're going to move Nesbitt into that target forward role. I do feel like the target forward hasn't been as effective this season in League 2 as previous years. It's almost as if with more technically gifted opposition kind of defenders, you can't just lump it to a big man for them to do stuff. It just doesn't quite work the same way. So I am maybe going to look to change that role. That might make things a little difficult for Stephen Gold. But of course, we're showing goal-scoring prowess. It's just not been Gold getting all the goals, really. Dylan Crow. You know, I said it might be Dylan Crow's last time out to play. This is why we can't have nice things. This is why he can't be on the pitch. This is why the fan club is shrinking. If you're still in his fan club, leave it now. Just get out whilst you can. He's been sent off. We're down a man. Sam Bird is going to come in to play right back. Of course, training him to play centre back, but he can play right back. It'll be fine, right? Not long left in this game. Let's up the time wasted. 9 minutes left. We're a man down, but we are 2 goals up. It's going to be fine, right? It's going to be fine. Nothing to panic about, I hope. I say all of this. There's a highlight, and it's happened almost immediately. Rushton for York plays the ball forward. Nodded down to Bourne. Now with Mamoney. Back to Rushton. Bourne through the centre. Tucks it away. Should I panic? Should I be worried? It's not ideal. The defending was a little bit messy, and that's perhaps being generous to describe that defending. Bourne's run from deep was nice. I'll be honest, Matt Donald hasn't done great there, has he? Yeah, not good. So in an attempt to see out this game, I'm going to drop Eccles deeper, and I'm also going to just change some of these roles to slightly more defensive ones. Let's get men behind the ball. We've got 2 minutes plus added time to hold on. I don't want to see a highlight, Football Manager. Don't show me anything. That's perfect. We win this game 2-1. Nesbitt with both of them, proving his worth yet again. He has been a very, very impressive player. Of course, signed from Curzon Ashton, 2 divisions below us. And I might start a fan club for him. I really, really like the way he plays for us. So a great little result for us there. Elsewhere, Bolton drew 2-2 against Port Vale, who pegged them back from 2-0 down in the last 15 minutes. That is a result that is a massive, massive favour for us. It means that ourselves and Mansfield Town are starting to build a little bit of a gap on the teams from 4th downwards. Of course, 3 teams go up automatically in this division. 4 teams go into the playoffs from 4th to 7th. And, well, given our early form, I feel like we have to tout ourselves to be in promotion contention this year. So a great result for us there. Nesbitt picking up man of the match. I'm setting up the fan club. I've decided if you want a ticket, just leave I want to join in the comments. That is the comment you have to leave. I want to join. Just leave that. Anyone who doesn't get to the end of the video is going to be very, very confused by that message, though. Anyway, gang, that is going to wrap up today's episode from me. Have a lovely weekend. We are going to be back on Monday with more League 2 action. I want to be chasing towards the top of the table. I want to be fighting for promotion. Hopefully, that will still be the case when I see you next time. And well, until then, take care, enjoy your Saturday and Sunday, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.